Child Jock knew better than to take Kendra on this trip. He knew better.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 8, Episode 8. Like I said, Jock knew better than to take Kendra on this trip. He knew better. Right from the door, they get to the little situation. Carly done came. Of course, she ain't speaking to her boo. She brings Shekinah with her. And right away, they take and they separate the men in one car and the women in another car. But then the numbers were off since Shekinah came. So one of the girls volunteered to ride with the boys, and that was Bambi. Bambi said she wanted to go over there with Scrappy, and all Bambi did the whole ride was sit there with her recorder on, and she was sitting there like this, taking notes. Okay? But in the other car, Carly, right away, as soon as they got on the road, spilled all the tea about the last trip that they were on at the Dude Ranch and some other little stuff. And basically let Kendra know that, yeah, her and Jock was kissing each other. They was up in each other's face. And now at one point, they were in a room and his dick was out. I said, well, I can't really say that I feel bad, because I don't. I mean, it was what it was. You know she's messy. Everybody know Grandma Carly is messy as hell. Everybody know it. Then she dropped some texts that Pooh had sent her about BK. So Sierra was pissed off. I said, oh, God, Carly. And it just really, truly, we got to see. Misery loves company. Carly was miserable, and she was putting it out there to make sure that everybody else around her was miserable, that she could make miserable. I just was looking at her like, bitch, really? Really, bitch? Okay. Anyway, Sierra went up on BK as soon as they got there, baby. Soon as they got there, and he was giving deny. I was like, girl, I don't know how you do it with him. I don't, because he's just a liar. He's a liar, and he's pretty hot in the pants. I don't know how you fool with him. I really don't. He kind of cute and everything, but he not that kind of cute to where I would keep on. It's just always something with BK. And then later on, when they got that sitting down and carrying on, Sierra busted out and let BK know that she cheated on him. And he was sitting in that room full of people. I said, there we go again, where we see men can dish it, but they cannot take it. He was molded. He sat there, he just put his head down and said, is he crying? Is this nigga crying? I said, oh, she got you, bitch. He was feeling some kind of way. I fell out. Same thing at Rashida admitted that Kurt ain't the only one that cheated in their relationship. That at some point, she cheated on him. I said, oh. And he was just sitting there looking goofy as usual. And everybody was all shocked. I said, interesting trip. My goodness. Jock and Kendra, they talked. They talked and they went right on. He's saying that Carly's lying. For some reason, I don't believe she's lying. But he told her, I got your name tattooed on my piece. And this, that thing, and the other. And I'm like, okay. But see, this is the thing. All of that sound nice. She ain't asked Carly nothing like that. I believe that if we get down to it, and Carly ever get the chance to tell it, Carly done seen it. But what how Carly is, she messy. When it comes back to he done told her that she's lying, Carly will come up with the truth. Carly will come up with the truth. And how many of y'all actually believe that Carly actually said? I believe that Jock was in the room with Carly with his little stuff out. Because Carly got, now when it comes to that, Carly got his nose wide open. He liked the shit that Carly does. Whatever that is she be doing, he liked the shit that the old lady in the shoe be doing. And it's a good thing Kendra's name ain't got but 5 letters in it, because Jock, anyway, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that alone. Good thing she got a short name, honey. But anyway, moving on. Um, let's talk about Akbar and Monise. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Akbar got all pissed off. Instead of explaining herself, she said, I got headaches. But she didn't go into like explanation. She was really kind of dismissive about how she had missed the studio session and stuff like that. Honey, studio sessions cost money. They cost money. And when people have spent money and you just don't show up, just I had a headache, that ain't gonna get it. That's like the dog ate the homework type shit. So I was kind of not feeling that. And Akbar was really, she's really feeling her pussy. I wasn't feeling it. The way she's talking about Monise, and Monise was like, well, girl, I'm gonna work with Tokyo. She got pissed. She got pissed, called Tokyo all kind of fat bitches and stuff. And I'm like, well, what is that all about? I said, okay, Akbar, now we starting to see a little bit of stuff about you here, sister. Um, I don't know. Then she sat down, she talked to this little guy friend she got later on, and he was telling her some good advice. And she went out to visit her mother's grave, so she was getting some emotions out about that. He talked her through that. Then he had told her, you got to let the bullshit go. There's like a real hot DJ that does like a talent thing where he does like a showcase, and she had an attitude because he hadn't come to her to invite her, and he's like, you gotta let that bullshit go. You need to go to him and go ahead and get this thing popping. You got to get out of your own way. You got a lot of garbage going on. I was like, listen to him, because I don't know, Akbar, but you ain't painting such a great picture right now. I think you kind of stuck on some stuff there, like she told Monise, you 2 bitches flew here. I grew here. I'm gone. Bye, girl. See you. I don't know. I just kind of, that made me look kind of crazy at Akbar. I was like, all right, girl, whatever. Anyway, there was also a little conversation between Bambi and Kendra out at the resort at the little cabin, and Bambi gave her good advice. She told her about her and Scrappy. She told her, you got to get control of Jock. You got to get control of the situation. She said, and it took me a minute to get control of my situation. I literally had to walk away from Scrappy altogether to gain control of the situation, but I did it. And now I have control of the situation. And don't let none of these bitches tell you nothing about your man. Nothing. And I said, well, that's really, really good advice. And I said, but what you gonna do when Carly roll back and tell you that she's seeing your name tattooed on his piece? Honey, is you gonna get mad? I bet you do. Anyway, moving on. Last thing I'm gonna talk about here. Monise tells Tokyo what actually happened. And Tokyo's like, what the fuck I ever did to that bitch? So I was like, oh God. So I said, these 2 big rams is going to collide at some point. And I'm here for it. I'll just be waiting, sitting there with my popcorn, honey. Popcorn in the spray bottle. Back up. Back up. 2 big asses. Back up, honey. So I'm waiting on that. And yeah. Last thing, I just said that was the last thing. I lied. Last thing, that Arkansas Mo, showed up at the cabin, and Carly dismissed him. Now that shocked me, because I thought she would tell him, come on. She dismissed his ass. I said, you really playing this one to a bus, Carly. But I think you're wrong. You're wrong. This is the time that you messing up. Goofball. The old lady in the shoe like being a slut. That's what she do. Little old lady in the shoe, she's a slut. That's what she do. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all next week.